So, Max Holloway comes out of a Brian Ortega title defense looking absolutely phenomenal. And the dialogue of the fans since then has been that Brian Ortega has a lot of heart, a hell of a lot of heart, but was just outmatched by Max Holloway on the feet. And as a result of that, he had to take a lot of punishment. And frustratingly for Ortega fans, this made Ortega look like he just wasn't on the same level as Max on the feet, or just in the fight game in general. But Ortega's stand-up is really good, he's knocked out a lot of guys. Frankie Edgar with that big uppercut that lifted him off his feet and into the air. Clay Guida with that big knee that knocked him out. So really, the dialogue should be, if Ortega is that good, if he is that dangerous young prospect, if he was the man to beat Max Holloway and goes into the fight as a 2-1 favourite against Max, and then Holloway just straight murks him on the feet, then what level is Max Holloway on? And how much has he improved since his last loss, which was years ago to Conor McGregor? I think the narrative for this fight was that Max was out of the fight from the beginning. He had problems with weight cutting, or he had concussion-like symptoms, and every time he looked in a comment section of a video, the narrative would be the same. Max got hurt, he got knocked out in sparring, Max has taken too much damage, he's punch drunk because of his fighting style, this early in his career, he won't ever fight the same way again, and Ortega's just going to finish him. But man, did he prove us wrong, because on that night, he left nothing to our imaginations. What he showed us in the first 5 minutes of that fight removed any doubt in my mind that Max was healthy, or that he had any side effects from whatever had happened previously that year. And the pace that Max Holloway put on Ortega that night, his best weapon was just to not give Ortega a moment's break in that fight. He just put it on him. Flurries of 10-punch combinations, walking him down and always finding the mark before Ortega could get any shots in. Max is not the type of guy to punch you and stand back and admire his work. He will keep pressuring you, test your heart, hit you with body shots, hit you with head shots, test that too, test your stamina, and if you can't keep up with that, then you lose and Max goes back to Hawaii and is welcome to home as the champion once more. It's a really rare thing to see, and it's very special, and it's just a champion material, but it's what you need when you get to that level. And that's when you realise, hey, let's not doubt this guy again, because what he just showed us is that he still has a hunger to stay the champion. So now I ask you, as fans of mixed martial arts, what is the next step for Holloway? He's beaten the former kingpin of the division in Jose Aldo twice, same result both times, TKO in round 3. Entertaining fight? Yes. Do we want to see it again? Maybe. But I think there's a lot more compelling, exciting matchups for Holloway in the UFC now. A lot of the fans are talking about Max going up to lightweight. There's talk of Max rematching Conor McGregor. The reasoning being that Conor is coming off a bad loss and Max has changed a lot since their first encounter in the octagon, and the fans want to know if anything will be different this time around. Another fight that people want to see is a Khabib fight. 2 champions face each other at lightweight. We almost saw it and the fans got really into it. Can Max get it done? Can he beat the 27-0 Russian? Max almost stepped in for a short notice fight against Khabib when Tony Ferguson was out, and then he was pulled out by the officials. But we liked that fight, and we liked the back and forth that they had at the press conference. So is he the man to stop the Russian wrestler that nobody wants to fight? Max welcomed that fight. On short notice, he put everything on the line, his reputation. He said, everyone else has gone quiet, but I'll do it. And not only will I do it, I'll beat him. I know how to beat him. So now we're in this awkward position where we love Max Holloway because he doesn't chase for champ status. He'll stay in his division and defend his belt and won't put the division on hold. But oh man, he's cleared out that division. And the only top contender that he hasn't really fought is Frankie Edgar and a few guys that are coming up. So we have Zabit, but he's booked to fight Jeremy Stephens already. And then Volkanovski, who looked great in his last fight and is kind of demanding that title shot. But I don't think the fans are sold on that yet. I think the UFC need to market that fight a bit more personally. And I want to see him against Aldo anyway. With both their recent performances, I think that would be a really fun fight to make. And then Max takes that recent trip to Ireland and takes jabs at Conor McGregor by going to the Jameson whiskey bar and doing a shout out to their Irish whiskey. It must have Conor absolutely fuming, because Conor's put so much time and energy into making it work whilst he's been out of the fight game for a minute. And to have someone just disrespect it like that, and continuously too, it seems like every time Conor takes a jab at Max comes back with something just as good and always really funny. So the fans would really love to see that Conor versus Max press conference now, and definitely that rematch. I think it would be really good, and we want to see how much Max has evolved since the last fight as well. 2 of the UFC's biggest stars, all in one place. And Dana said it himself. He said that I want Max to move up division now after that past fight with Ortega. But Max said the opposite. He said that he wants to be the king of a 145 division. He said that the king is here to stay, and if the king leaves, another king will come and take the throne. And that we have to admire, because there is one thing that we don't have enough of in this sport at the moment. It's the guys at the top of their division who aren't looking to move about. who are happy to defend their title against anyone and prove themselves as the greatest of all time in that division. And looking at Jose's title defences, Max has a very long way to go, but if he sticks to it, the fans will get behind him. So I ask you guys, as fans of the sport, whether you like what Max is doing or not. What did you think of his last performance against Ortega, and who do you think is next for Max? Who would you like to see him fight next? Leave a comment below.